The state legislature has two options for reining in school zone speed cameras. One bill passed by the House would ban the automated ticketing systems. Another would reform them.
But as the Fox 5 I-Team reported last month, both measures would have overturned the system. After some revisions this week, that is not the case anymore. For months, I-Team reporter Johnny Edwards has been tracking efforts by lawmakers to overhaul the camera systems. He was at the Capitol today for the latest developments. Johnny?
Russ and Courtney, the prospects for the bills not looking good. They're not only pressing against the end of this year's session on Friday, but now both have been seriously watered down. For those who hoped this would be the year to get these automated ticketing systems off Georgia's streets,
it only leads me to believe taxation through citation.
The design is not for children's safety. The design is to write tickets and rake in revenue.
A big letdown at the state capitol this week, and a big victory for the private companies behind the cameras. Two bills that already passed in the House, one that would banish the cameras from Georgia, another that would reel them in with more rights for drivers, approved by the powerful Senate Rules Committee Tuesday, along with dozens of other bills. The Rules Committee decides which bills get to the floor for a vote and which don't.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries unanimous.
What happened today sets up another decision for the Senate and for the House again. That's because both bills will go back in altered, weakened form. Monday, the Senate committee adding language that neutralizes a proposed ban on the automated devices, with a paragraph tacked to the end of that bill now saying camera companies could continue to operate in Georgia for 3 more years. The committee's chairman said the decision made collectively.
We as a whole decided we need a more measured approach. You know, we're not going to let emotions drive what we do here. And when you've got a representative who got a speeding ticket and he's letting emotions drive what he's doing and he wants to ban something because he did something wrong, that's not a good way to legislate.
That bill, introduced by Macon Republican Dale Washburn, a reaction to years of complaints by frustrated drivers. He said this about the ticket he received.
I said, Mr. Leader, I got one of those tickets, and I can afford to pay the $100. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of little Waffle House waitresses and cleaning folks and construction workers and school teachers and folks who don't make a lot of money, who it's a big deal for them to get a $100 fine.
The Rules Chairman says the bill, now not a ban, but a sunset.
We can't expect law enforcement to sit out there in these school zones, and we understand that there's obviously a problem of speeding, otherwise people wouldn't be calling and complaining about getting tickets.
So after 3 years, there will be no more school zone speed cameras?
Unless we vote to extend the sunset.
A competing bill that would reform the camera systems also tweaked. State Representative Alan Powell's bill originally eliminated the penalty for not paying a ticket, where unpaid school zone tickets get sent to the State Department of Revenue. But that's back in now. So on your birthday, any unpaid tickets would block your car tag renewal. Powell's bill also had limited ticketing times to 2 hours on mornings and afternoons when school is starting and letting out. But now local governments that hire the camera companies would have the power to set their own hours.
We wanted to allow really just more local control. You know, every school is in a different setting.
But fine amounts now just $75, even after more than one offense.
My plan is to put them both on the floor in the morning, on Wednesday morning, and we're going to vote them both and send them back to the House. And then they can take them up however they like.
Now, as we've reported, speed camera companies have donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to lawmakers' campaigns and political committees, with more than $400,000 donated since last February, when a now retired state rep first proposed a total ban. More than $200,000 has gone to Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones and his leadership committee.